What's up everyone, Crypto on the Ground is back with an update video on Bitcoin after this little pump that we have seen over the weekend. We're gonna have a look into that, guys, and of course also some major updates on new crypto pre-sales that are upcoming like Bitcoin Hyper, and of course the next Aster and Hyperliquid launches like Hyper Sui and also Base Perp, this one from Coinbase. We're gonna have a look into that, guys, so make sure to be subscribed on this channel. Check out all links in the video description to new upcoming cryptos and of course all exchanges that I'm using to trade here in the crypto space like KC Exchange. For example, this is a non-KYC exchange. You don't pay any trading fees and even no withdrawal fees if you're using my link to sign up to KC Exchange, and of course also for Bybit and so on. I have everywhere the maximum sign up bonus for you guys if you want to check it out. So make sure to be subscribed on this channel, guys, and of course remember that everything that I'm saying and doing here in this video is no financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing my own opinions, market analysis. Always do your own research. So we're gonna dive here straight into the daily time frame for Bitcoin, guys. As you can see, we had a little pump during the weekend. We also even created a little CME gap here down to, what was it, around $85,600. I think that this gap most likely is getting filled today, and most likely then we can move on. The thing is, why I believe that we could see such a correction is of course because this pump we have seen over the weekend, and most of the times we are coming down where we closed on Friday before we had higher. And I'm saying higher, guys. I'm currently buying and longing more Bitcoin and of course cryptos, because in the lower time frames like the 3 and 4 hour time frame, it looks like we could get this little correction. But if we go over into the daily time frame, you can see that everywhere we are about to flash green. That means a buy signal is about to appear. So if today we're gonna close above $86,000, I'm pretty confident that we're gonna see over the next coming days and weeks here much more upside and a very strong move to the upside, because we had a very big dump and a strong move to the downside. So most of the times we see then also the opposite, a very strong move to the upside in the next basically relief rallies. And one, in my opinion, is about to come. The question is, of course, only where are we heading to? I'm still targeting here the 200 daily moving average at 110K, but of course, we're also going to have a lot of resistance here already at 105K, where previously we had this blue resistance trend line, the new support, resistance, and then, of course, again, resistance if we have another move to the upside here. So it is even possible that we're going to create like a big head and shoulders pattern, something like this. Of course, we cannot trade this until it's not happening, but if somehow we would break out here to the upside, this, of course, can take Bitcoin all the way up here towards new all-time highs, so towards $130,000 if that happens. So that's why I think that this here is a very strong resistance that Bitcoin needs to break right now in order to see here bullish price action. So this is a potential rejection point right here. But I'm definitely taking this trade, guys, because for me, it's worth the risk. Even if we get rejected here and come back down, for me, it is good to buy in right now or long the Bitcoin price and take it all the way up here at 105K and then see what happens. At those price levels, guys, of course, we also have major resistances. On the weekly time frame, although we are about to cross bullish here on the indicators, nothing is flashing right now, but also here. If we have a big rally, you can see here the median line of the candle channels and also the 20 weekly moving average, or the 9 weekly moving average, all between 110 to 105K. So also here, lots of resistances in front of us if we see such a big strong move to the upside. And I want to show you in this video also another indicator, guys, which is the Gaussian channel. And the Gaussian channel for Bitcoin usually in the past was always a very bearish sign whenever we entered into it on the weekly time frame. And with this move, we entered into it. And you can see that we are bouncing perfectly to the T right from the bottom line of the Gaussian channel. That means that from here on, at least a bounce is incoming to maybe test the top side, which is also at $105,000. So you can see that a lot of confluence is coming up at 105K. That's really the line in the sand where Bitcoin, of course, needs to break out higher. And I'm telling you that, guys, because if we go back in time, you can see that every time that Bitcoin was in a bull run, we were above the Gaussian channel. When we had weekly closes within, we crashed the bottom line, we bounced from it, and after that bounce, we entered into the big catastrophic bear market. Same thing here, not only in 2021, but also here in 2017, big bull run. Once we entered into the Gaussian channel, we had a bounce. We went for a very long time sideways, but at the end we had a massive crash down to the 200 weekly moving average. And here the same story in 2014, big bull run, came down to the top side of the candle channels, we bounced from it, we entered into the candle channels, we went to the bottom line, we had a bounce, and then big crash into the bear market. So this is like the bearish scenario, what I'm seeing right now, that if we get a bounce that we could eventually get rejected there, right at the top, maximum up here at 105K. But of course, if we would see weekly closes also here above it, then I think a new all-time highs for Bitcoin incoming. And then we're going to see this euphoric phase where Bitcoin is going to insane high levels. But if not, if we get rejected here, big problem. So stay tuned, guys. I will keep you updated, of course. And also, currently, I'm focusing into Bitcoin trading. I'm trading currently more Bitcoin. Of course, the altcoins you can also trade. If you're trading the altcoins here, Ethereum, Solana, Tron, and so on, you can, of course, trade them as well. But the risk is, of course, that if Bitcoin at some point also is going to go slightly lower, or is going to move like this to the upside, up and down, chopping around and so on the altcoins, you're going to see sometimes big catastrophe moves, in my opinion. And that's why right now I'm more focusing into Bitcoin trading, and of course focusing also and buying into new hyped upcoming cryptos for next year. So coins that are launching next year, like this layer 2 on top of Bitcoin, or these new DEXs that are upcoming like Hypersui or BasePerp from Coinbase. So I'm buying more into those cryptos, accumulate them, and wait for the launches next year when things, of course, hopefully are getting better. Even if we would enter here into a bear market, I think that such new coins are, of course, good to buy and hold right now during the pre-sale phase when you can buy cheap. And then, of course, later on, once we are back in an altcoin season or bull run, that those coins, of course, have the chance to perform much better than other existing altcoins where you have already a big market cap. And Bitcoin Hyper is currently the most hyped one with over 28 millions raised. Then we have Hypersui also that we can invest right now. Currently at this price, half of a cent. Listing price will be next year 9 cents. So that's about 1,700% higher than the current pre-sale price. And the same is also here for BasePerp. This is also a DEX like Hyperliquid or Ether, which is coming up on the blockchain Base. That is from Coinbase, of course. And also here we have a new competitor to Ether and Hyperliquid. And this is what, in my opinion, makes it, of course, a very good coin to buy and hold right now for the next bull run. Bitcoin Hyper is the most hyped one that you can find in many websites. Of course, we have also other ones that are upcoming, but Bitcoin Hyper is everywhere the biggest one. If you want to get on board into those new cryptos, here is the complete list of new hyped upcoming cryptos like Bitcoin Hyper, Best Wallet, BasePerp, Hypersui, and so on. Check them out, guys. Do your own research. And of course, if you want to buy in my opinion, this is the time to invest into the next hyped cryptos for the next bull run, or at least for the next year once they're launching. Because even if they're coming out right now, often those new coins are doing their own thing, especially if you go over to Maxi Global or other exchanges. You can see always new listed coins. They are performing very well. So for example, if you sign up here to Maxi Global exchange on this exchange here, I would definitely do that because first of all, no KYC required. And also at the same time, you don't even need to do KYC, and you get access like to all the newest cryptos that are launching. So if you sign up here with my links, then here you go to the newest coins. And here you always see the newest coins that are getting listed every day here on Maxi Global as well. And you can see that you cannot trade them before they're getting listed here. So if you want to buy them before the launch, before they are going viral, then of course you can do that on different coins already now, like Bitcoin Hyper, invest into them and then wait for the launch, because I will update you then of course also how to withdraw the tokens, how to transfer it, for example, here to Maxi Global and so on. So that's it for now, guys. I'm bullish for the next coming days and weeks. I expect here a big bounce. So make sure to take the trade. Of course, no financial advice, but if you want to be following me, then of course use all the links in the video description. Also join my X account, Rumble, Telegram group channel, and so on. We have a great crypto community over here with over 300,000 people, guys. So thank you very much for your great support. And of course, we're going to see us all in the next one. Bye for now.